Matt, considering a win would have moved you 2 points within the Newcastle Jets, must have been a bit of a sucker punch when they scored with 10 minutes to go to equalise.
Yeah, that was a little bit frustrating. I think we've said it a few times this season that we deserve something out of the game, but we deserve to win that game. I don't think we've been that dominant in a game yet in our history, where we've had so many chances and we fought till the end. Again, we changed shape at the end to chase. They parked the bus. We really went out to try and win that game. I look at Newcastle. We are still within reach of them. We play them, and we have 2 games in hand. So I kind of feel like destiny's in our hands a little bit to achieve our goal of not only beating the points tally of last season, but getting off the bottom of the league.
Is there another team that you're potentially targeting for a positive result in the lead up to that Newcastle game?
You're asking me to know all the fixtures now. So Adelaide's after Newcastle. We competed against Sydney. We've competed against every team. We're not scared of any team, so we'll go out and try to get points out of every game to make it an exciting end to the season for us. Yeah, we can't be in the race for the finals anymore, but we're certainly in the race to move out of the bottom of the league and beat our points tally. This game has meant that we've got points out of 4 games this season, which is 1 more than last season. So a dominant performance like it was. There's huge positives, and then we gotta just ensure that we keep our discipline at the back. Shay Connor's caused us a world of trouble in both games, and we haven't adjusted well enough to her. And just keep believing in the football that we're playing, because some of the stuff there was actually described to me as scintillating, which I thought was quite a nice way to describe it. So put those performances into more goals and more points, and we're going to be pretty happy.
What happened to Super Minnie? I thought she was going to make an appearance with the mask.
I think you saw how that mask looked. No, it actually, when she was running, it was tapping against her nose, so it was causing her a little bit more trouble. I think Norrie pushing her down in her face probably didn't help that either. I don't know what the referee saw there, but if that's not a red card, I don't know what is. So once again, we leave a little bit frustrated with some of the officiating.
Because there's no VAR in the league, so would you like to see it? Is there an example of, when you've had the last time played Brisbane Law, we still don't know whether Robertson was onside or offside on that goal, but what's going to change to take things like that out?
Yeah, I think, there's kind of positives and negatives to VAR, which we all see, but ultimately those decisions then don't get, at least they get looked at. At least you feel like you get that chance for, maybe I've made a mistake as a referee, or maybe we've made the mistake as the coaching staff on what we've perceived is or isn't a yellow or red card. And VAR kind of takes a little bit away from that. The offside goal, we look at it, we see it as onside. The angle that everyone gets is tough. Will the stadiums that we play in Australia allow for result or decisions like that to be overturned? I'm not sure. So I think if the league wants to continue growing and to become a destination league and continue to attract top players, then these things need to be looked at, because it does leave you a little bit disheartened and frustrated when decisions don't necessarily go your way.
Does it hurt more that Norrie delivered the pass to Shay Connors to score that equal?
I didn't even realise that was, so no, that really gets to me now. For me, you can't push somebody's face against the turf. I don't know how that's not a red card. I'm not somebody either that wants to play against 10 players. I love an 11v11 game, but just be consistent.
Will you be asking? David Doan loves issuing please explains to Football Australia. Will you be asking for another one?
I don't know whether it will be a please explain. There was definitely one sent after the last Brisbane game. I think the league's got to look at it. I think there's an education piece around some of those decisions and the consistency of some of those decisions. Would it have, I mean, she's played the pass through to Shay Connors, who scores the goal. To be fair, that pass could have come from anyone, but yeah, if they're down to 10 players and we're 1-0 up and we're as dominant as we are, then the game probably looks a little bit different. So it just gets frustrating when you're kind of working super hard day in, day out to get points on the board that ultimately affect contracts for not us as staff but players, and there doesn't seem to be much that happens when decisions like that don't go your way.
Sorry, just finally for me. So how is Betsy actually? Is she still playing with a broken nose, or is she playing through the pain, or is she fine, or is she getting there?
She's fine. She's just sore.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's okay. She's super Betty. She's a machine. She's definitely got just a different mentality. There was no way she wasn't going to play today's game.
Michaela Foster again, another set piece. She's in a very fascinating scenario where her family's very high profile, and there's been a lot of talk about her dad, especially in the last week. I know after the last game we spoke about like her professionalism and stuff. How does she sort of brush that to one side to be a standout for the Phoenix? Because it must be such an interesting scenario where you've got a player who you know the family's sort of in the news all the time, and there's a lot of criticism aimed at her dad as well.
I think she does an amazing job of not really reading much. It seems like her dad also does a great job of explaining to the family kind of what's happening. It's something that we talk about. I'm always checking in with her. I actually managed to sit down and have a really good chat with Ian Foster a couple of weeks ago when he was out visiting the Hurricanes, and I think for Mickey, she just again her professionalism to be able, no matter what's kind of going on in her life or the noise that's happening with her family, and this is her growing up in that environment too, and she always talks about how home life is home life and sport and work is separate. So it seems like as a family they have a really good balance with that, and I think for Mickey, we try and protect her as much as we can. We know that there's a lot going on for the family. We're really excited actually for when Ian's doing something. It says Wellington Phoenix left back Michaela Foster's dad. We'll have that as a headline one day, I think. So they're a super cool family, and she's just so down to earth, as is Ian. So they never let that affect them,
Cool.
Good.
Thank you, Nat.